Hello everyone, I'm Nisha and I'm going to teach you English language. I hope all of you are keeping well at your homes. Before beginning with that, please be sure that you have completed your previous term's topics over there so that it will be easy to cope with the new topics. Today we are going to start a new topic which is about tense. What are tenses? How we can recognize tenses and how we can use those tenses in our day-to-day life as well as in our studies over there. So what tense is? Tense is basically time. It tells us time of the action, at which very particular time your action has begun or it has ended up or it will begin. Basically tenses are also called as time of the action itself. So tense means time. There are in total 3 kinds of tenses and further those kinds are divided into different sections over there. Main parts of the tenses are present tense, past tense and the future. What is present tense? Present tense means the tense or the time which is going on at present, in the moment itself. Then comes the next one, past tense. What is past? The yesterday's time, the time which has already been gone over there. And the next one is future, the time which is still to come. It hasn't happened over there but it will happen in the near possibilities of the future. All these 3 tenses are further divided into 4 different kinds: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So in today's video we are going to learn about all these different tenses, its formations as well as their uses along with the example. While I am going to write down the formations of the different tenses, please do write this in your notebooks also along with the examples. So the very first tense which we are going to begin with is present tense. As the name itself indicates that present means the current time itself, the present situation or the current situation itself. The first one is simple present tense. Simple present tense formation is very easy. Subject plus verb's first form plus s or es with the verb plus object. Before beginning with the formations of the different tenses, please understand that in a particular sentence there are 3 main portions of a sentence. Those are subject, verb and object. For example, see this. She goes to school. In this very simple sentence, which is your subject, whenever it comes to the subject, keep it in your mind that subject is the doer of the action. The very person who is doing that very action, that will be your subject. In this very sentence, who goes to school? She. It is your subject. Then comes the verb. Verb means the action itself or the helping verbs over there. Here, which is your verb? It is goes. And what is the object? The very thing which is complementing the verb, which is completing that very action, that is your object. And where this very person, where she is going, it is to school. So this is your object. Please be sure that you know how to identify these 3 things: subject, verb and object. What is a subject? Doer of action. What is a verb? That is the action itself. It can be the main verb, for example, running, walking, sleeping, all those, the main action verbs, and it can also be the helping verbs. For example, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, been, all those very will come in the helping verbs, or we can also say auxiliary verbs. All both are same over there. Then comes the object. Object is the basically thing on which that very action is taken up or performed, we can say. We can also say what is an object, that is complement to the verb which justifies that this verb has done this very thing. Now let's come to the formation. According to the formation, when it comes to the simple present tense, what its formation will be, that it will be followed in this very pattern: subject plus verb's first form plus s or es plus object. Now please see that this s and es will be only used with the singular subject over there, not with the plurals. For example, see the same example which we have earlier taken. She goes to school. How you will see that your verb will be followed by s or es with the subject, with respect to the subject. Here subject is a singular person, so with singular person you have to choose s or es with the verb. Here verb was go, so being a singular subject we have choose es with the goes over there, and later on here is your object part, verb's first form plus s or es, and here singular subject. Similarly, if instead of she there would have been they is a plural, then it would be simply, we will not use s or es, they go to school. S or es will only be used in case of a singular subject, not with the plural subject. Next comes the present continuous tense. What's the formation of present continuous tense? It is subject plus is, am, are, the helping verbs, plus verb's first form with ing plus object. Here these are the helping verbs which will be used in present continuous tense, and how they will be used is for the singular subject, am with I, and are with the plural subjects. See the example, then it will be clear. She is a singular subject, which will be the verb which we are going to use with she. Singular is, she is, our verb was go, and with the verb we will add ing, going, and later part the object, the school. These are the helping verbs according to the subject, verb's first form plus ing, and later on the object. Similarly, for the next very tense, present perfect tense. Next comes the present perfect tense. What's the formation of present perfect tense? Subject plus has or have with verb's third form plus object. For example, consider the very same example, it will be clear. She, we will be using has with the singular subject and have with the plural subject. She has, our verb was go. What is the third form of that very go? Go, went, gone. So our third form will be used. She has gone to school. Likewise, for the perfect continuous tense, what will be the formation? Subject plus has, have plus been, verb's first form with ing plus object. Please keep it in your mind, whenever a continuous tense is used over there in any tense, continuous will be followed by verb's first form and ing. Doesn't matter whether it is past, present or the future, continuous means the action which is currently going on or has been going on that very stage itself. So it's continued over there, going on. So it will be always verbs first form plus ing. The only changes will be in the helping verbs which we are going to choose according to the tense of the sentence. Change this very same example. How it will be? She has been going to school. Likewise, other tenses are also changed. Helping verbs are changed as per the tense itself, and all the formations are done.